Great ideas come in informal conversations, and it happened that I was attending the Fulbright annual conference in Marrakesh. That was back in the year 2006, and we were having this conversation, informal conversation with people from Latin America, from other Fulbright associations in Latin America. Specifically, there was Panama. We were many educators involved in this conversation. We talk about the possibilities of collaboration. The idea came out that we could provide some type of exchange services with schools to be able to reach many people at the same time. And what else could reach people than books? So that was why we decided that there was really the partnership through books. That we can reach out not only students but also teachers. There was really that we needed to have this spirit of the Fulbright dream, which is servicing others, and that was the program. The partnership started right there. The Pan American Association. We talk about the possibility of doing something together with the Fulbright chapter.
So, how did the program continue?
2 years later, after Panama, that really, I believe that Panama was what emotionally the chapter really became very connected, because in Panama, we went to one school that was selected by the Fulbright Association in Panama, and we were able to serve 1,500 kids in one school. With the Fulbright Association in Guatemala, and then with the Fulbright Association in Costa Rica, in another meeting in Washington, D.C., I offered just to see if we could create a partnership with those two countries. So we started with Costa Rica. We shipped books to Costa Rica, and then there was Guatemala involved, and after that was Ecuador. So we have done partnership in Latin America in 4 countries. I have to clarify that the books that we are collecting, the donors are giving us books, bilingual books, because that's the way that we can really connect with the children in those Latin American countries.
My participation in the book drive included visiting different Chicago public schools and sorting materials, different teachers' editions, cassettes, workbooks, and textbooks in math and reading, and some bilingual resources. And we sorted them for 3 different countries: Guatemala, Costa Rica, and Ecuador.
We're positive about the impact of the book partnership. We were very excited about doing this. What could be the best way to get a considerable number of books at the same time? Because we knew that if we were going to ship those books, it was going to be costly, actually expensive. The chapter will ship the books to Washington, D.C., to the State Department, and the State Department will ship the books to Panama, directly to the American Embassy. Now, that was exactly the way that happened. There was Panama initiated the conversation with the American Embassy. Then we second that, shipping the books to the State Department. We knew exactly where to send the books to the State Department. They provided the regulations of how many boxes and the size of the boxes and how many books and the weight and everything. So, and from that point, then we were able to start packing and wrapping all the books, and there was a group effort. So we were able to ship 5 boxes, because there was the limit. There was, we were limited to 5 boxes, but in 5 boxes we were able to put there more than 150 books.
What happens if you have more than 5 boxes of books?
It happened with Ecuador. The Federation of Ecuadorians in the United States, I contacted the president of the federation, He is located in Washington, D.C., and I talked to him about the possibility of sending books to Ecuador, and I explained him that we were limited by the number of boxes going through the State Department. And so he offered his help, and he said, we can donate money for you to ship those books from Chicago to New Jersey. From New Jersey, the books were shipped to Quito, and we used two ways. One, the five boxes through the State Department, and then we sent 9 boxes through the Federation of Ecuadorians in the United States. They helped us with the shipment from the New Jersey to Quito. In that sense, we were able to send 14 boxes in a state. Actually, I think that has been the largest shipment that we have ever made. That was the one, with Ecuador, because we had the partnership with one association that were very interested because they are representing in the United States the Ecuadorians outside Ecuador.
The latest partnership has been with Menofia University.
I happened to be in Egypt. I was there as a professor, visiting professor, and through the Fulbright Commission of Egypt, I was invited to a conference given by the Fulbright Humanities Circles. I have to clarify that in Egypt, they don't have a Fulbright Association. They have a different structure. And they divided the Fulbright Association into 3 different circles. One is the Fulbright Circle for Sciences, the other one is for teachers, and the other one is the humanities. It happened that Dr. Osama Madani, who is the chair of the Fulbright Humanities Circle, is also the chairperson of the Department of English in Menofia University. Menofia University is a 75,000 students, and he leads this department. During this time that we met, he approached me, and he said that he was really in the need of having a library, but there was a specialized library only for the department. And of course I said, I think that my chapter in Chicago, we have worked before with Latin America. If you tell me exactly what type of books, I can talk to them and then, see how we can manage to do this. Our current president, Elio, you were there. So, and you were part of this conversation at the Fulbright Commission in Egypt. We met in Cairo in one afternoon, and we talked about how this was going to be. Many people have collaborated with us. Dr. Everett Penn, who is one of the board members of the National Fulbright Association, he was the first one actually who helped us out, because he was coming to Egypt this past June, and he was the leader of a Story Abroad program, and so I contacted him, and I asked him to bring some books for us, and he did. Each student took 5 books. Dr. Everett put 5 books, so he was able to deliver in once 50 books, because everybody brought 5 books. And then the second shipment, I did it myself. I came to the United States. When I was leaving, the only thing that I was taking in my suitcases were books. That was the second shipment. And then the third one, then there was a professor from Northeastern Illinois University, one of my colleagues. She was also bringing students, and the students did exactly the same. They brought with them 50 more books.
Which makes a total of?
Well, actually, the total, we have 150 books. Everybody really that was coming to Egypt, the only condition to come to Egypt was to bring books for Menofia University.
My part in the book drive was to collect literary criticism and literature books for Menofia University in Egypt. We received books from Skokie Public Library and Niles West Township Library. They donated those books so that we could support the English department. We are now in the process of boxing and shipping them over to the university.
Where does the chapter get their books from?
Many donors, especially the publishing companies, the Chicago public schools, universities, people that became very sensitive about the book donation for children who did not have the opportunity to have, the type of books and the type of education that we receive here in the United States. I do believe that we have already serviced probably with at least 2,000 books. We're expecting from the audience, by the way, to join us in this effort. Elio is there, our chapter president. Please contact him. We really like to create more partnership because we will be able to provide our service, to more children in the world. Especially, we would like to go into Africa and work, with the Fulbright associations in Africa. We would love to go to Pakistan. We would love to go, to some other Central Asian countries to work, with the book partnership. So now it's about your help. So we are willing to do this.
You definitely like to be busy.
Yes, I do. It's true, but I think that happened to be with. We've been grateful, for being a Fulbright, and I believe that this is the chemistry of being a Fulbright, and not only the chemistry, but I think this is the spirit of being a Fulbrighter.